Good morning, everybody. Auronnj Jayy here with another War of the Visions video, and today we have a brand new Guild Wars map that's not only new for Guild Wars, it's new to the game in the global side. We are going to go over that map. We are going to highlight one of our newest units that I think a lot of people have, Sleepy Time, aka Elsirelle. You just call her Sleepy Time. She sleeps a lot. Yeah, we're going to highlight her. We're going to show off some strategies, how to kind of think about this new map, and let's get right to it. Alright, so before we actually go into a fight, I want to show you the team that I thought would be really good on this map initially. Kind of talk you through why I thought it would be good, and then we're going to show you why it really wasn't good, including some highlights from that fight. So on the screen right now, you see Sleepy Time, Agrias, and Ildira, like a pretty standard team, right? You have a DPS unit in Sleepy, you have Agrias as your tank, and you have Ildira as your support / magic damage dealer. Now this current map has magic damage up, so I was like, okay, Elsi can be pretty good like magic bruiser. Agrias is a very good magic tank, so I equipped them with Armors of Light. I'm running Fenrir for that magic resist. And I was like, okay, I'm going to throw Echoing Screams on Elsi. She'll kill all these mages. And then I have Ildira around to keep everybody topped off. I really thought that this would be a great anti-magic team because these people would come together, they'd put their buffs on each other, etc. Now, what ends up happening, if we go to this little picture here, here is the starting positions for the units, right? You got 1, 2, 3. That's if you have somebody in slot 1, 2, and 3. Obviously, that makes sense. Now, look in between those positions. There's these, like, chasms there. Now, if it was, let's say, some unit like Victoria, who was buffing her move and jump, maybe she could make her way, like, up and around and get to slot 2 from slot 1 or something like that. But these units, and most units in this game, are not going to be able to find each other to buff within the first turn. That means they're only going to buff themselves, and then they are going to head straight forward. Like, they are going towards the enemy. In fact, unless you're Ildira, which you'll get to see that, fail of a highlight in a second. So really, the first chance they even have to start buffing each other is when they get to this middle area here that you see on the screen, circled. And by that time, they're usually in range of the enemy to start dealing damage instead. So you can't run this Guild Wars map like you would run a traditional Guild Wars map, where you could, like, turtle early, have people cast all these buffs on each other, and then go forward with your maximum resist, right? So instead, well, I'll tell you what, let's go to the highlight video of the first fight and actually see what happens. Okay, so here's the first fight, right? Here's my team, same team we just looked at. And I was like, okay, cool. We have Howlet, we have Little Leela, we have Warrior of Light. It is a purely magic damage-based team for the enemy. All my people have a ton of magic resist. We are going to run this over by sharing buffs, doing the normal thing. Now, I've never played on this map before this trial fight. So, okay, let's watch. First of all, Elsi uses bells early, cool. And then that was my first sign. I was like, wait a second. Hold up. Agrias buffed herself and ran forward. Elsi buffed herself and ran forward. And Ildira is chilling in the back. She's just doing her little thing in the corner. Meanwhile, the enemy, buffing up, also running forward. Okay, I was like, wait a second. This could be trouble. Agrias still just buffing herself. Ildira still just buffing herself. Howlet is closing in on Ildira like a shark in the water. And things are looking kind of troubling. Ildira pops a water gun onto Howlet, doesn't even come close to killing him. Now, Elsi's going to try and start sustaining herself, and there's a taunting blade from Agrias. So Agrias and Elsi seem to have some pretty good synergy. They're working together, they're trying to do the right thing, but Ildira just seems stuck on an island out there. The squad over on the left is still doing good things. There's another Drain Rush from Elsi. She's trying to stay healed. We're burning through Warrior of Light. But Ildira, guys, Howlet is going to crush Ildira, especially with moves like the one you just saw. That is a slashing-based attack that he needs. She would have needed the spirit buff to tank that. I was counting on Agrias giving her that spirit buff, but because they were never close enough to each other to help, she never got it, and Howlet just ate her up. Now, luckily, Agrius is insanely effective against this squad. So she's just over here tanking everything. Ildira does a ton of damage and actually lands a really clutch stun right there. And we start to kind of turn this around. We get late enough in the fight, we get a Fenrir summon coming out. So at this point I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to win this fight, but Ildira got no sustain done for the group. She healed herself once and still just died the next turn anyway. You know, I'm having to start rethinking my whole plan here. Okay, once Leela goes down, it's just Warrior of Light versus 2. Agrius and Elsi are going to just be able to kill him. And one nice thing about Agrius and Elsi, by the way, on this map, when you're running the slash attack up card, these are both slashing damage dealers. And if Agrius is using a sword and not just equipping, you know, like 3 pieces of defense gear, you can see right there, she does pretty respectable damage and chains pretty well with Elsi, who has that 3-hit attack. So we won that fight, but it was far from clean, and in fact Ildira was worthless. So we need to rethink this strategy and kind of learn this map a little bit more. Let's go to another build. Alright, so I really wanted to keep Elsi and Agrius. I thought they were very effective. However, I needed to do something besides Ildira, and I decided to go with another tank. Specifically Rain, because there's a ton of magic on this map. With that magic attack boost, Rain's value feels like it's going up to me right now. I also gave Rain like the defense cloak and golem to help overcome his weaknesses to physical, try to make him slightly more all around. The other adjustment that I made was I ditched the agility up card and I went with Horns First Division instead for that slash attack resistance up to help against some hidden like Howlets or hidden zombie Ryryus, things like that. Now we're looking at another all magic damage team, right, with an Agrius tank, but it's Garvel, who you're going to see a ton of on this map, Little Leela, and Agrius. I feel like this squad is going to be super prevalent for however long we have this map. Garvel is a beast right now. Halloween Little Leela has been a beast since she came out, and Agrius is going to be a really effective magic tank. Be prepared to be able to beat this comp in particular. So let's watch how things go. Now, my units are buffing and moving forward just like normal. The difference here is they're set up, well, this composition lends itself anyway, to the units all being able to really take care of themselves. Like Rain doesn't need any help to survive, Agrius doesn't need any help to survive. In fact, her elemental advantage over Leela is more than enough. And you can see Elsi got both of her magic buffs off, so right now she has magic attack resist up and a magic shield. Like, she is ready to throw down with some mages. Now, she's going to eat a Judgment Blade from Agrius for about 1600, but that's not really that bad. You can handle the tank hitting her a little bit, and we're running the slash resistance to help with that some more. So our Agrius gets in, drops a Taunting Blade, and at this point, Elsie's completely covered. She has 2 tanks who've gained hate on both sides of her. Like, she is set. We just got to 3v1 this Garvel, which isn't even going to be a problem. He's going to get 2-shot here. And bingo. All of the units in our group deal slashing base damage, so we're getting maximum value out of our slashing vision card. We're getting maximum value out of the magic resist vision card, and we're getting great value out of well, we're getting great value of all of our vision cards. I'm kind of stumbling over my words right there. Anyway, let's fast forward and see how this team would do without refreshing it by just going straight to a second fight. Okay, here's another fight. It's another Garvel. There's Howlet coming out again, and then there's a Nivlu in this group. Now, this is another kind of squad that I think you're going to start seeing a lot of on this map, because it's basically a magic squad, right, with Garvel and Howlet, but that Nivlu in there for support is going to be like Time Mage buffing probably, and then also bringing that other damage type. Now, we are not set up to deal with ranged damage very well. Elsie's always going to be kind of good at that. Agrius and Rain are sort of tanky, so I'm not like super worried. But it'll be interesting to see here just how effective the Nivlu is into this group. Okay, we're buffing and moving forward just like normal. Here is the limit break from Nivlu. So I wonder if she's going to be able to hit 2 people with this or just 1. Just 1. Rain gathered the early hate, and then, ooh, check out that. Rain, magic reflex, super good right now. This is Garvel's Limit Break just getting completely dodged by Rain. That's awesome. Agrius puts big time damage onto Howlet. There's the magic barrier from Elsi. And there we go. We're off to the races. Now, Agrius getting kind of low. There's the arm shot onto Rain, and Rain goes down. So now, okay, 792 from the jamming thrust on Garvel. Howlet goes down. Elsirelle in good shape. There's the Drain Rush. She heals all the way back up. Awesome. Agrius goes down to the arrow. So it's Elsi versus 2. Takes about 900 damage there. Finishes off Garvel. But Nivlu's the one I'm worried about here. And that's why. You can see she's doing by far the most damage. And oof. Yeah, that's sad faces. That's sad face emojis right there. Like, look at that health. What is that, like actually 4 health? Elsi almost 2v1 right there, but couldn't quite. So I'm going to end up, had this been a Guild Wars, I would have got 5 stars today and set my team up with a pushover of a cleanup fight. Alright, well that's all I got for you guys today. I wanted to show you just kind of how this guild battle map works. You really need units that can function independently of other units' buffs, in my opinion, for this map. Now, I've seen a lot of Killfae, like in Guild Wars today I saw a lot of Killfae. I think she'll be very good on this map as well. And yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to stop by the stream Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday from about 4 p.m. Central to 7 p.m. Central. Ask any questions you have there. Check out what other people are doing. Those are Guild Wars based streams, so that's a great place to go learn this map. And yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. Have a great one. See you next time.